Senior Max Masters, we had Toby Gill actually completely dominating the entire day, running away with first position there. But behind him, Feroz Fezril, Zarif Raikal, Siri Kong Siri, Luke Armstrong, Krish Gupta and Austin Gale was all close together and fighting for that spot after Toby Gale. So let's see what will happen this time around. Will Toby once again sail off into the sunset, or will everyone bring the fight to the MRC racing driver?
Yeah, that's going to be the man to watch there, Toby Gale, and of course he's also the one with the target on his back. Every other driver is going to be shooting for him. Mohammad Feroz there in a good position. Zarif Rekal, Siri Kong Siri from Stratus RL also doing very well. The DRM team, and of course MRC Racing. A lot of top teams out there fielding karts this time around. It just goes to show the series going from strength to strength. Now, of course, we've got quite a large field. So we saw so far a clean sweep of clean starts there. If you guys are wondering at home, the drivers have to get into those tram lines on either side. They're marked by the white lines. The lights will come on, and we will see the flag man on the left-hand side of our screens. And if you see the green flag going, they are racing. But if the flagman isn't happy with the formation, they will call it off, and there'll be an additional formation lap in order to try and get the race started. I mentioned this now simply because with this amount of karts there, anything can happen at the start.
Yes, but today it has all been good for us. We have not had a restart. We've had quite a few yesterday, but I think the drivers are all more used to it now by today, and they're now, basically just doing it for their third or fourth time now, and so they are more experienced. So as we go down the main start-finish line here we go, green flag, and away we go. Toby Gale away in the lead there, and immediately Zarif Raikal has been overtaken by his teammate. Oh, there's contact down into turn 1. RG Bargy out of turn 1 and 2 there, but I believe that is at the front there. Mohammad Feroz Fezril there managed to hold in and get second place, and Zarif Raikal being pushed down to third position there.
Absolutely insane stuff. We still got karts going 2 wide, 3 wide through Mickey Mouse section. That can only end badly for one of the karts there. And it looks like 3 teammates trying to sort themselves out in the midfield. But at the moment there, Toby Gale with a great lead over the pack there, with Zarif and Feroz chasing behind. But I have to say right now, that is some of the most incredible pack racing coming through that first sector there, and they're still going at it, still going 2 wide, 3 wide. Everyone's got the hearts in their mouths right now as they're coming across the line to finish off that first lap.
Yeah, so Zarif Raikal now in P2 as well. He's in front of his teammate there. Great start from all of them actually. But the scary thing is that Toby Gale up in front, he's about to run away with it all over again. And Austin Gale now down into turn P11 there. Austin was having a good run in qualifying 1 and didn't have a good one in qualifying 2, but now in the super heat here, he's really have to make up the places.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a slow cart off on the other end. We're not too sure who that is. We'll try and see if we can get confirmation on that as the field goes through the line. But yeah, that's going to be the thing for Toby Gale. He's going to have to push the pace as hard as possible. He's got the 2 Malaysians behind him, 350 and 303, Zarif Rekal and Mohammad Feroz. If they start to battle with each other, they're going to slow themselves down a bit, and that's going to be the opportunity Toby Gale needs. It's 1.4 seconds between first and second place. It's a long race to go yet, but it puts him in a comfortable position right now.
So up the front there, wow. Let's see some great names out there. Some position changes that are quite surprising. Payak Korn and Daing Ibrahim and Lim Shao Yang leapfrogging quite a few drivers into the 4th, 5th and 6th positions there. So great move from them.
Absolutely, we have a few more winners and losers there. Luke Armstrong's managed to get himself up. Ooh, a little bit of a hairy situation there, but it's still green flag racing right now. Has dropped the position. Zain Tan gained a position. Quite a few drivers have gained a position there due to Tanapom and Krishe's slight excursions there.
Oh, there we go. The DRM Racing drivers have swapped places. with Mohamed Feroz Ferrell now in front of his teammate Zarif Raikal there, and they are all having Toby Gale as their main target. But the fastest man on track right now, interestingly, once again, is Austin Gale, Toby Gale's teammate and I believe brother as well. And but he is now in P9 and will have a bit of a gap to make up in order to come forward up there.
There's only two drivers who've done a 50-second lap time over that last lap, and they both have the surname of Gale. Toby Gale, 50.884, and Austin with a 50.863. He's gone a bit quicker there as well. The rest of the field are very close together in the 51-second range for the most part there. But it looks like Feroz has picked up the pace quite a bit there. Big impact, as you can see in the replay. Not too sure. Was that 358? Yeah, that was 358. That had to be a real wild ride there. Hopefully he managed to carry on, but no, we see
look at
he
that.
stopped.
That's the 388 car out of the race there. That would be Luke Armstrong.
That's
out of the race.
That's going to be crushing for Luke there. He's had a strong chance at a top 5 finish for this super heat. It's going to be super important again for the finals there. Trying to set the grid, trying to get those qualifying points on the board there. So that's going to put him fairways back. Grid positions are going to matter more in a bigger field. There's just going to be more karts to overtake and a much harder time of it as well. So that's going to be crushing there for Luke.
Yeah, so with a broken front bumper as well, one wonders what have happened to Luke Armstrong there. Perhaps a bit of a contact with a different kart, perhaps a technical issue not related to the damage on the bumper as well, but all remains to be seen, and we will also have to see if that's able to be fixed in time. Oh, that's a huge contact there. Wow! Out of Mickey Mouse there, just skipping one wheel on the grass there, sending the kart in pit maneuvering into his competitors, and there we go. That is the kart 306 out of the race. That is Lucas Leonge clipping the side of the grass and into the side bumpers of his competitors.
Yeah, a couple of competitors there not too happy about that. I'm not too sure if there was anything too egregious about that, but sometimes the chain reactions that can happen in the Mickey Mouse section is absolutely horrific. One guy can get it a little bit offline, a little bit sideways, and that just concertinas up all the way through. Anytime you go through a switchback there, that's always the worry. But as you can see there, that was a fair old hit. That was four wheels off the ground for one of the karts. So hopefully they could still go. Let's have a look at the replay here, and we'll see one of the karts getting a bit sideways.
Yeah, pushing just a little bit too much. Dips one wheel onto the grass and boom, there you go, into the air, using his weight to absolutely balance the kart back there, and then continuing on actually. So that's a great move for him. I mean, not so great to be punted out, but good save, I must say.
Well, if he doesn't have a career in driving, he might have a career in gymnastics.
Oh yes, for sure.
But I have to say though, to be a top-level karting driver, you have to have that balance. You have to be very athletic for one. These karts can be, if anything, more physical than a Formula 3 car even. It's a very physical sport, but you also have to have dexterity. You're going to have finesse with that fitness as well. So to be fair, most of these guys are quite fit, and a lot of drivers from all across motor racing use karting as a fitness tool nowadays. Not only just a training tool, but a fitness tool as well. So it's a great reason to get into karting, especially if the wife is a little bit iffy about the prospect. You can say, well, it's this or the gym.
Yeah, this or the gym, and this is a lot more pricier for sure than hitting the gym, but for sure this smells better in my opinion.
And it's a lot more thrilling as well.
And it's much more thrilling, right? So it's a good move. But you know what? While that has been happening while people have been having contacts and mouth kisses at the Mickey Mouse complex, one has seriously started to move up the charts, and that would be in P5 Austin Gale. So he's really quick. He's really hungry, and he's itching to get up there.
Yeah, he's definitely putting some hot lap times there. 50.38 seconds his last lap. We'll have a look and see how much faster he is through this time around. Meanwhile, his teammate and brother there, Toby Gale, 50.259, really putting the hammer down right now. Try to put the hurt on the field. 4 seconds, the gap between first and second place. 10 laps gone out of 16, 6 to go. And you'll see there Austin Gale in 5th position, 50.531, a little bit bottled up. This is where, like I was saying, the traffic gets into the way there. When you have a big field, you tend to have these sort of concertina effects, carts getting further away, closing up, pick your way around back markers. We're getting to that point in the race there. We can see a couple of dead carts on the side of the track. This really goes to show how much of a battle Senior Max and Max Master has been this weekend.
Well, we say battle for most of the people except this guy out here in front. I think he's just doing basically a practice session, right? With
yeah, this
the
is
amount of
looking
gap that he
this
has.
is looking very good for him for the finals. 4.3 seconds. Even by my conservative estimates, he's definitely dominating this race right now. Great job, Toby Gale. MRC racing under the Thai flag for this weekend, as is his brother Austin Gale as well. MRC Racing doing a great job on those carts, very nicely turned out as well. We've got a battle further down the leaderboard here. Look at that, 2 wide, 3 wide almost going through the corners there. It's absolutely fascinating. They are battling all up and down through the leaderboard there. 3:31. That's Austin Gale.
That's Austin Gale passing Zarif Raikal and bringing Siri Konsiri into the fight as well. Now Siri, a stalwart of the series there, is now behind Zarif Raikal. Zarif has suddenly lost pace. Oh! There's a contact there out in turn 1. A little bit of a turn into the back bumper of Zarif Raikal there is Siri Konsiri. And there you go, into turn 1 there, the battle resumes between the P5 and P6 men. Well, Austin is now free to scamper off to try to chase down Payakon.
Yeah, that was a very lucky escape for both karters there. That move going into turn 1 can very easily turn into a double spin. So it's a great job that they managed to hang on to that with that amount of contact. But it also goes to show the leaps and bounds that the rear bumpers have gone over the years there. Back in the bad old days of the 70s and 80s, that would have been a hook, and that would have taken both karts out for sure. But now it means that these two can still battle on. It looks like he's going defensive there, covering off the inside, but that slowed him down quite a bit there. 383, can he make it around the outside? No. Can he cut back onto the inside? Not quite.
Not quite so. But Siri is not giving up the fight here. The fight is still on between Siri Konsiri and Zarif Raikal there. Siri is going very aggressive on the inside, on the outside, on the inside again. Zarif really closing the gap, slamming the door into his face, and you might see a move down into turn 6 there. Decided against it this time around.
Discretion, the better part of valor around that corner. Again, you have to be super confident and really draw up alongside to get the move working through 6 and even 7 and 8.
And also believe that you will be given the space to do that.
Well, that is another thing as well. But it looks like Siri might have an opportunity coming out of the corner there. He's looking very good. Let's see if he can actually close up the gap there. A little bit defensive from Zarif. Can he carry the speed though? Can he nail him on the exit of turn 1 into turn 2? Hard on the throttle now. It's going to be a drag race coming up towards the Mickey Mouse section, but Zarif managing to cover it off a bit. A little bit of a bump into the braking zone there. If you can't use your brake pads, use the guy heads there. But brilliant bit of driving there from Siri. They're still touching. There's still contact. And we have another driver involved. I think that's 320. That's Ahil, who's joined into the leader. This 2-man battle has turned into a 3-man battle. And there's another kart further behind as well. It's about to join in on the fun. This is absolutely fantastic racing. We're not even in the finals yet. This has to be one of the most entertaining superheats we've seen all year.
Incredible. So now teammates, circles are our teammates, Ahil and Siri Konsiri now fighting it out for P5 and 6 there. Zarif Raikal slipping behind. Oh, but here we go. He's on the offensive once again. Zarif Raikal takes the position back from Ahil. And now Siri Konsiri is free to scamper off quite a fair bit, build a bit of a gap, a safety margin for himself. But Zarif Raikal is not out, not down, and definitely still in the fight.
Yeah, this is going to go on for quite some time now. 2 laps left on the board there. This one and the next one will be the last lap of the race there. So these guys are going to have to push very hard in order to try and get themselves up. Austin's in 4th, Siri in 5th, Ahil in 6th, Zarif in 7th position right now. This is the final lap. Toby Gale is your leader. He's come across the line there, and the gap across the line for the final lap, 5.143 seconds. You have to say that Toby Gale has got it, barring any issues. And Bayakorn in third position, Austin in fourth, Siri in fifth, Zarif managing to take that position from Ahil. Brilliant bit of driving through that section, coming down towards the back there and into the Mickey Mouse section. It looks like Austin's definitely putting the hurting on. Those two drivers there, Siri, Zarif, Ahil, still going hard at it right now. But 3:23, that's your leader, Toby Gale.
That's right, as he powers through the penultimate turn and comes to finish his race practice session, I would say. Congratulations on an absolute dominant performance by Toby Gale there, leading lights to flag and finishing in first position in this superheat with a massive gap of 5 seconds.
That was an absolutely dominating performance there. I have to say that battle for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th had to be the real highlight of the weekend for us so far. Brilliant bit of driving. A little bit of contact, but I think that's fair. It's just really good, hard racing from all of those drivers there. So congratulations to them. Austin Gale, you have to say, he must be the driver of the day for that particular, or driver of the heat for that particular maneuver. He had to go through so many great drivers to get himself up to 4th.
Yeah, so great performance there, and definitely puts himself in a wonderful position to be in there for the finals. And this is the provisional results that we have here for the superheat here. And we have the race winner, Toby Gale, followed by Mohammad Feroz Fezril, Payakon Arams Rasami, Austin Gale, Siri Kong Siri, Zarif Raikal, Ahil Meklai, followed by Daing Ibrahim, Michael Kaur, Alpesh Kumar, Lakshmanish, Lim Xiaoyang, Paco Miguel, Thomas Jacob George, Tanmay Kothari. He actually retired yesterday with a technical issue, but he's back and is in 15th place. And Daniel Harris Jagi, Zachary Chaichon Boyce, Abu Ash Shami, Harith bin Zairil Oh, Zain Tan, and Krish Gupta is the finishers.
Yeah, the retirements there, Lucas Leong, Luke Armstrong, Tanapob, Krishe and Megat. Really unfortunate for them, but they do still have a chance in the finals. It's a long race. 20 laps doesn't seem like a lot sitting on the outside there, but when you're in the kart, it's a very long race there. Congratulations also to the Masters winner, Alpesh there. He finished in the top 10, which is great performance there, considering the depth of field that we've got here today.